Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a sort of an appreciation video, I guess. But also a bit of a critique, as it were. So, Chris Pratt, fantastic dude, right? Great guy. We've heard so many good stories about him, and yet still hated randomly by lots of sort of mainstream media and critics and things. But this is another story where he's just revealed to be a stand-up guy. But also that Bryce Dallas Howard seemingly thinks she's worth more than she actually is, which is strange. So obviously, for Jurassic World, the saga, the series, Chris Pratt is the starring character, right? He's a starring actor. He plays the lead. You know, he is the draw. Bryce Dallas Howard isn't a draw. And I always find these things to be incredibly baffling when we start to talk about draws and things like that. Because people are always like, well, they should receive equal pay. No, they shouldn't. It doesn't matter whether you've got two leads or not. They shouldn't receive equal pay. Right? There is a draw to be had. There's a value on name, brand recognition. There's a value there. And it's quantifiable. And it's something which, you know, you pay for, which is obviously what the studio has done with Chris Pratt. He's a name. He is a bit of a draw, or at least he was at the time. I don't know whether he's still a draw now. I'm not really massively up on it, but he was at the time. He was coming off of Guardians of the Galaxy and that sort of, you know, rampant fame from there. So he was absolutely a draw and thus unequivocally deserved to get more money. Bryce Dallas Howard, not a draw. No one, very few people, are going to watch a Bryce Dallas Howard movie because of her name. She just isn't a draw. Now that's not a slight on her. She just isn't. Okay, people have star power and some people don't. So, Chris Pratt shows himself to be a stand-up guy, but Bryce Dallas Howard also shows herself to be like, well, I demanded equal pay. And it's like, you don't understand, right? You literally don't understand. So, here's her sort of bitching and moaning, but then also praising Chris Pratt as well. So, when Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom roared into theatres in 2018, you may recall there being reports that lead star, Bryce Dallas Howard had been paid roughly $2 million less than her male co-star Chris Pratt, who earned $8 million for the sequel. Again, so she earned $6 million, he earned $8 million. Now, she's saying, no, that's not the case anyway, I earned way less. Fine, literally fine, but the fact that you earned less than Chris Pratt, not a surprise. No one is going to be surprised by that, besides like rampant, weird feminist misandrists. Right? Because most people understand that there's just a draw. There just is. Like, people have name value. And she doesn't. But anyway, those reports came out. And now the actor and director has spoken out about that pay disparity, revealing that it was actually much larger than those reports suggested. Again, why are you surprised by this, Bryce? The reports were so interesting because I was paid so much less than the reports even said. So much less. Quote directly from Bryce Dallas Howard. Now, she also does go on to say this, which again is ridiculous. When I started negotiating for Jurassic, it was 2014 and it was a different world and I was at a great disadvantage. Unfortunately, you have to sign up for 3 movies and so your deals are set. Implying that she deserved more money, and actually implying that she would have got more money if she was to do the same negotiating now, because the industry is different and is levying out equal pay regardless of name brand. Which is not the way forward, ladies and gents, because again, you can put a value on a name. You can. I don't why is this a surprise to some people? I don't understand. She's a veteran, right? She's a veteran in the industry, sort of, I guess. Now she should be able to go, well, yeah, that's why I was paid less. That makes sense. But she's not. She's like, I deserve more money. Different landscape now. I would get more money now. So, well, that's not good. That shows that the landscape has changed to the detriment. Because you're not getting paid on merit. You're just getting paid because reasons. All right. I'd rather people get paid on merit. But then, again, reveals that Chris Pratt is a totally stand-up dude. So she says, what I will say is that Chris and I have discussed it, and whenever there was an opportunity to move the needle on stuff that hadn't been already negotiated, like a game or a ride, he literally told me, you guys don't even have to do anything. I'm going to do all the negotiating. We're going to be paid the same, and you don't have to think about this, Bryce. What a fucking legend. Doesn't have to, just did. What an absolute legend. And I love him so much for doing that. I really do, because I've been paid more for those kind of things than I ever was for the movie. It's kind of a bittersweet video to make, isn't it? Because on one hand, she clearly doesn't understand why people get paid what they do in Hollywood, right? Like most sane people can look at this and go, yeah, that makes sense. She's clearly a bit lopsided in her thinking. And then on the other hand, she's like, yeah, but Chris Pratt's amazing and made us make loads of money and the same money on other things because great, like he's just a stand-up guy. But you know why he was able to do that? Name power, name value. He was like, no, like you should be doing this because I'm asking you to and I'm the star. That's why he was able to do it. That's how he was able to do it. It's so strange. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand. We're moving to this sort of everything must be equal sort of scenario. But it doesn't make sense when it comes to, entertainment like this. Not everyone's going to get paid the same because they're not the same in terms of their value that they bring to a product. It's like paying an extra exactly the same price, the same value as the lead. Why would you do that? That's nonsense. But I'm sure... yeah, this is, I don't know, weird times we live in. But what do you guys think? Nice to see more stories coming out about Chris Pratt. Media seems to hate him for some unbeknownst reason because he's Christian or whatever, conservative, whatever. But it's clearly just a stand-up guy. Bryce, bit of a moron. Not a surprise. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out my Teespring store. Supporting the channel via this way does go a long way. But also, not only that, you do get to wear some awesome merch. These are one-of-a-kind designs designed for me by my graphic designer. We of course have our Clown World line, which is in mugs, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Space Jeebus. And then for something a little bit different, we of course have right down at the bottom right here, we have our Pulsar GTIR. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out and supporting my second channel, which is Car Nonsense. This is a vlog and car channel. You can find links to this in the description box along with my Teespring. Please do consider supporting.